When you're 18 years old and you're trying to figure out what you need to go to school for, make sure you're adding wife and kids and future generations to that decision, and not just a stupid apartment and, some mediocre car that you want to drive, that your friend has. Do more. It's like people depend on you to know what you want to do for a living at 18 years old, but they don't tell you what you need to have in order to thrive in your adulthood. You need to have money. So you can't sit there and decide on a career that is not going to provide for an entire family. And as a woman, when you make your career decisions, if you want to have a family and kids and be a wife one day, you also have to choose a career, if you're going to have a career, that is going to allow for that as well. Some women just want to get married so they don't have to work. They can start their own business, wait for their kids to grow up, wait for their kids to get in school age so they can do more things while the kids are at school. So a lot of times people don't realize that. And they're making dumb decisions based on maybe 5 years. And then they realize their career is not going to transfer into their future. That's why most people don't end up doing what they went to school for. Okay. Most people do not end up doing what they went to school for because they're not factoring in marriage, kids, husband, wife, or whatever. They're not factoring it in when they choose their career. So they ended up having to change it eventually. For example, the degrees that I have did not translate into marriage or kids. But was I thinking about marriage and kids when I was 18, 17, 20? No. So that's why most people's career don't transfer into their real life unless they were trained and taught to choose a career that will transfer. And this is where a lot of people mess up. They don't train their kids. They don't teach their kids to choose careers that transfer into adulthood. Okay. Um, they don't teach their kids to have several streams of income. They don't teach their kids to, you know, be able to do more. They teach them, oh, find something and that you're good at that makes decent money. Then you need to factor in what you're going to be doing in 10 years from now, and if your job or your career choice is going to work out. Because sometimes it don't. You got to change it up anyway. Okay. Or it will take you away from the life that you thought you was going to live.